Okay, getting into the whole challenge around qualifying hard and fast. All right, why is this so important? Well, to me, it's obvious, but for those of you that it isn't obvious, it's all about your resources, especially if you're an early stage founder. Oh my God, we have to wear so many hats. We've got to do our own sales, we've got to do our own marketing, we've got to do our day job, we've got all of the stuff around managing staff. It's endless. I don't have to say that to you. If you do not qualify hard and fast at the beginning or as early as possible, people are going to waste your time and you're going to start spending time on potential clients that are never going to go anywhere. There are, as I said in previous sessions, there are so many tire kickers out there. Okay? Another reason why you qualify hard and fast is it gives you an opportunity to get a better understanding of your potential customers' needs. And ultimately, if you're doing it right, you're going to shorten your sales cycle. Everyone I talk to complains about, oh my God, my sales cycle takes too long. It will go from 3 months into 6 months, sometimes beyond a year for those more complex enterprise deals. And then when you go back to the start, the reason invariably is that they did not do a good job of including all of the stakeholders in the decision process at an early stage. Another reason why qualifying hard and fast is really important is because it shows respect, because you're not wasting anyone's time. You're actually doing your due diligence. You're finding out ahead of time before the actual meeting that this will be a good fit for them. Hopefully you've done your research anyway before you've reached out to your ideal target audience to really understand whether it is a good fit already. Now, the other reason why qualifying hard and fast is important, you as a founder, you need to be confident that you're growing your business, that you're forecasting future revenue accurately. And actually, if you're doing this right, you are going to be getting those deals. You can be confident that, after X amount of meetings, you will be moving to a close and you can start to bank that money. Okay, what to find out when you're qualifying hard and fast? Look, for me, there are 3 broad questions. The first one is, do they have budget? Okay, so are they at a size where they can actually spend the types of ticket value with you for your solution? And again, on LinkedIn, there are a bunch, within Sales Navigator, there are a bunch of tools that give you an idea of their annual revenue. So if you're selling a solution, it's teaching you to suck eggs, but if you're selling a solution that's going to cost, 6 digits a year, and they're a very small stage, they're not going to be able to buy you. So do your, this is why I'm saying, do your homework at the early stage. The other thing that I would say to you is really work out whether that person has authority. Now, it's different with SaaS selling, because quite often you have to sell to the actual users, but then the actual management, the C-suite will sign off the check. But you need to know who ultimately signs your check and who are the stakeholders that are involved in the decision. And you need to do a good job of including all of those stakeholders as early as possible. The other one, find out as quickly as possible how urgent this problem is, i.e. what their timeline is. If they're saying to you, honestly, I don't know, our existing contract is up for renewal in 2 or 3 years' time, we don't really have budget to run a similar solution concurrently, then you know that this is not going to be really worth your time right now. And honestly, as I said before, you have limited resources. Your time's better spent with those customers that are going to buy sooner rather than later with you. So budget, who has the authority, what their timeline is. Now, how to do this hard and fast qualifying with panache. Look, it's kind of, I would say, try and do as much of it up front. When you're having those interactions over LinkedIn or those conversations, try and get to the bottom of these questions. So find out how big they are, whether they have budget, whether they're just their job title will give you an indication of how senior they are. If they're a C-level, they're going to have the authority to sign off for it. You can also ask the question, typically who else needs to be involved in this buying process, in the decision process. You're not being pushy, you're just being professional. And again, timeline, how quickly are you looking to get a solution in place? The way I do this, in addition to having those exchanges on LinkedIn Messenger, when we get to like the scheduling part of the meeting, I use Calendly. There are other scheduling tools there, but within Calendly, you have the option when they go and book a meeting with you, you can include a short questionnaire and you can tailor this to your needs. And the whole point of this is to really qualify them. And so this is the one I use straight away. I'm getting an idea if they have budget, so what their recurring revenue is, where they want to get to, and then get a bit of idea about like the nature of their problems, what their challenges are. You can ask a few questions. Just be careful that you don't overdo this. You don't want to have like 20 questions. Just a few. Have a think about what the key ones are in order to take this forward and qualify them. I'll ask them a little bit about their solution. Then how soon do you want to make this happen? And that will give you an idea about their timeline, the level of urgency, and a little bit about what results they're trying to achieve. This is a good question. It's a psychological trick. If you ask people to commit, double commit, they will turn up to the actual call. It happens a lot that prospects will say yes, and then they don't show up for the bloody call. This has been shown to work. If you say, are you going to commit? They do commit. So have a think about, in Calendly, how you can ask some intelligent questions to qualify them ahead of the meeting. Okay, so what to do with disqualified prospects? So imagine, this happens a lot with me when they're incoming, someone will go on my website and they'll schedule a call with me. And often there'll be, they might say for the bit around revenue, their revenue is zero, they don't really have much to spend, they're not making really a commitment to do this in the foreseeable future. I don't want to waste half an hour of my time on a discovery call that's not really going to result in business. So, this is a bit long, you can adapt this, but just say something along the lines, look, it doesn't really make sense to meet now, and make it kind of like your fault. So our top priority is to ensure that our clients get the most value from our offerings, and it wouldn't be fair to you if we move forward without a strong confidence in our ability to deliver on your specific needs. Look, you can read the rest yourself. Try and work an email, not an email, but like a text that you can share with them if they're not a good fit. Keep them in your database, because when they are in a position to buy, once they have grown, once they have revenue, once it's much more urgent for them, then you obviously want to be on their radar. But this is a trick that I've learned from bitter experience of time wasters scheduling meetings with me. And then, it's not just a half an hour meeting, it's the preparation for it, all of the follow-up. And honestly, the writing's on the wall if they've completed the questionnaire honestly and clearly.